My name is Conor McGuire. I'm a consultant geriatrician in Edinburgh.
So my name is Neil Archibald. I'm a consultant neurologist at Middlesbrough.
So I'm Andrea Lindahl. I'm a consultant neurologist at University Hospitals Coventry and Warwickshire.
My name is Irisine Mulleroy. I'm a clinical senior lecturer and psychiatrist at the University of Manchester in the Institute of Brain Behaviour and Mental Health.
I attended one of the first masterclasses about 12 or 13 years ago and subsequently went on to become a mentor for the Academy.
About 4 years ago I was a delegate on the masterclass, and for the last 2 years I've been part of the faculty.
I was a delegate on the masterclass in 2005, so I've now been a consultant for a frightening 10 years.
And I've been involved with the Parkinsons Academy for the past 7 years. I initially came on as a delegate, and I've stayed on as a faculty member and a mentor for the subsequent delegates who have come through the Parkinsons Academy. As a psychiatrist, it's rather unusual that I'm involved because most people are geriatricians, neurologists or GPs, but in fact it's been invaluable to me as a psychiatrist to develop my special interests in the mental health aspects of movement disorders, specifically Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease provides a natural network, provides mentorship, provides peer support, and of course gives us those annual and biannual updates in terms of the field of Parkinsonism.
Many delegates find that they make lifelong friends on the Academy. We all meet up at conferences periodically. We recall being on the masterclass at the same time. So in addition to the knowledge and the skills that it teaches you, it also gives you a network of people to contact if you're in doubt, but also it makes you feel sort of part of the movement disorders family.
I think as a delegate I find it extremely helpful, both in terms of just building up my confidence in managing Parkinson's, but also in terms of taking that next step into actually trying to develop a Parkinson's service, try and deliver something on the ground for patients, because that's a huge step up from being a trainee to actually being, head of a service.
I did the masterclass shortly before starting in my role as a consultant, and I have to say that it did give me a lot more confidence to adapt to a new role, in addition to consolidating knowledge that one gains as a trainee working with other movement disorder specialists. It also taught me the things that you don't get taught as a trainee, such as how to develop services, how to write business plans, how to basically be part of a network and to use that network effectively.
I found the initial masterclass extremely useful because I was setting up a service for people with Parkinson's in Edinburgh. At that stage, a number of neurologists and a number of geriatricians within Edinburgh and the Lothians saw patients with Parkinson's, and there was no truly coordinated service. So following on from the advice I gained in the masterclass and the mentorship I gained from those involved in the masterclass, I set up a service advisory group within Edinburgh and the Lothians, worked synergistically and developed a service alongside my neurology and geriatrician colleagues. And the group meets, the service advisory group in Edinburgh now meets regularly, and it's a true multidisciplinary group with input from Parkinsons UK and the Scotland branches of Parkinsons UK. I've also more recently become involved in the Excellence Network linked to Parkinsons UK.
One of the projects we've been working at up in Teesside, where I'm based, is an integrated care pathway predominantly for professionals working in Parkinson's, or even people without a huge amount of expertise in Parkinson's who are going to encounter patients on their day-to-day practice. And we're working with Teesside University, computing department, to develop an interactive web page for PCs, for mobile devices, which will allow GPs, allied health professionals, neurologists, geriatricians, community staff, community matrons, and pretty much anybody else access information about Parkinson's, get contact details for other members of the healthcare team, and allow us to work in a more joined up fashion. And what we're hoping and would expect is that the care of patients will become more streamlined and more efficient as a result of that.
Where I found the Academy very useful and the masterclass very useful was in having the peer support and the senior support available. So when I was setting up a service, when I was trying to develop new parts of the service, when I was meeting brick walls, trying to develop the service and trying to get more Parkinson's nurse specialists, for example, expand that service within Lothian about 8 or 10 years ago. I did not know how to go about it, and I made contact with some of those who had been my mentors when I had attended the masterclass, and they gave me extremely useful advice on how to approach developing the service, how to approach those within management within the NHS in Lothian in Edinburgh. And as a result of that, we were able to further develop the service very successfully.
Since I've become part of the faculty, it's been extremely helpful for me because it's starting to develop my role as a communicator, as a teacher, allowing me to help people learn from my experience and to avoid some of the mistakes that maybe I've made.
I'm now part of the Parkinson's UK Excellence Network and lead for the West Midlands, so it seems to have been quite a journey going from being a delegate in 2005 to 10 years later being a regional lead. I think this is something that perhaps the trainees, when they come on the masterclass, perhaps don't appreciate, and that time does fly, and it's important to pick up these skills quite rapidly. The masterclass certainly does accelerate that process.